Hello and welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an email list that you can use to launch your current and future Amazon products, as well as generate additional monthly revenue using this exact same list. And we're going to build this list using the power of Manychat. And not only am I going to show you how to build an email launch list or just a general email list for Amazon, but also how to use Manychat to make your Facebook ad campaigns go viral organically, and how to get more Facebook page followers, Facebook group members, Instagram likes, all of this, all in this flow and in this video. And we're really gonna kind of focus on the Manychat flow specifically in this video. So not as much going into detail about the Facebook ad spend and setup, though we will touch on it a little bit. And we're also not gonna be going over the exact email sequence once you've built your email list, but just kind of the overview of building your list and exactly how it works in the breakdown with Manychat, with this flow. And you can get this exact flow that you see on the screen in the description section, as well as in the pinned comment on this video. So you can find both of those there. It's completely free. You don't have to sign up, none of that. You can just download it, already done for you. Just make sure, of course, that you make the flow unique to your specific business, of course, and add all the necessary links, which I will talk about here in this video. And lastly, if you're not already familiar with Manychat, it's an extremely powerful and very, very inexpensive tool. They have a free version as well as a paid version. The paid version is still very inexpensive per month, cheaper than most landing page softwares and other tools available to Amazon sellers, and very, very powerful. And basically, it's kind of like email marketing or text message marketing for Facebook. It uses the Facebook Messenger platform. And basically, what we can do with Manychat is someone, let's say, clicks on our Facebook ad. They're interested in something that we're advertising, so they click. Once they click, it sends them to our Facebook Messenger flow or our Manychat flow. And then from there, we can ask the subscriber questions like yes or no. If they say yes, then we send them this type of message. If they say no, then we send this type of message and all of that. And if you're not already familiar, it'll make a little bit more sense. But that's kind of just basically the overview of how it works. And I have other videos about Manychat here on the channel. So enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into the actual structure. So how are we going to go about building this email list and actually collecting people's individual emails? So overall, what you'll need to do is give something of value in return for the subscribers' kind of contact information. And there are a lot of ways to kind of go about this, but what I believe to be the most effective way specifically for Amazon and e-commerce sellers is to have some sort of grand prize contest. And I actually originally got this idea, this overall idea, I should say, from Stephen Black of Unstoppable FBA. And I'll have a link to his Facebook group below, which is really great to kind of help get me started on this. And basically what you can do is have this contest to where people give their name and email in return for a chance to win this large grand prize. And I have found that a grand prize somewhere between a $150 to $350 price point is a really good kind of sweet spot. So if you have a high ticket item that you already sell on Amazon, you can use your own product as the prize. If you have something maybe like more of a $40 or $20 product that you're selling on Amazon, what you can do is have this gift prize bundle to where your product is part of that bundle. So maybe you have your product, some other complementary products, whether they're your own, other products that you're selling on Amazon, or maybe another seller, maybe also a $100, Amazon gift card or $50 Amazon gift card in there as well. But just some kind of valuable product bundle where your product is part of that bundle. And the reason for that is if your product is part of the kind of product bundle, or it's the actual prize that people can win, then guess what? When people are giving you their email, they're obviously interested in your specific product. If they weren't, then they wouldn't give you their email. Okay, so that just kind of ensures, not just that you're building an email list, but kind of a better quality email list. And there's different ways of doing that, but that's kind of the overview is with the contest. Next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a post on your Facebook page talking about the contest. So what you wanna do is have a nice quality image of your prize or your product bundle or your specific product. This could be a lifestyle image or just, a product image with a white background, or maybe a different, what I found better is a different contrasting background that kind of contrasts well with the kind of Facebook blue. So anyway, nice quality image, and then have some text that describes your promotion. So, hey, want to win all of this? Simply message our page for a chance to win. With this bundle, you get X, Y, and Z, limited time only, register now, message our page, something like that, that just kind of educates people, gets people excited, gets them educated a little bit overall about here's what you can get, message our page in order to get this. And then what we'll do is we'll actually connect, and I'll show you how to do this, connect our Facebook post to Manychat, and then that's how we're actually going to collect the email. But first, just really quick, just a few kind of pointers if you're not already familiar. So what you'll want to do is once you create this Facebook post on your page, you want to create a new campaign in Facebook Ads Manager. Select the messages objective as you see here. Next, for manual placement in the ad group section, you want to make sure that the only Facebook and Messenger are selected. This will not work, at least right now, with Instagram because Manychat only integrates, like I said, at least right now, with Facebook Messenger and not Instagram Messenger, though that can change in the future. But for now, Facebook and Messenger for your manual placements. And then lastly, in the ad section, we're not going to create a brand new ad creative. We're going to use that existing post that we just created. So what we're going to do for ad setup is select use existing post. We'll go ahead and select that post, which I've done here. Again, this is not, this is just an example from my own personal Facebook page, but of course yours would be an image, right? And all the text of your specific promotion. And then lastly, for the call to action, you're going to select send message or send a messenger. And if you're kind of worried about how to connect your Manychat flow to your Facebook ad, I have an entire video showing you really simple and short 2 ways on how to connect any Manychat flow to your Facebook ads. So if you don't already know how to do this, I already have a full video on that. You can either use Facebook, or you can either use the JSON growth tool and use JSON code to connect the two, or you can do this natively within Manychat. But if you're using Facebook Ads Manager, then you want to use the JSON code. Again, full video on that. If you have questions about this or anything else, let me know in the comments. Just a few pointers. So great, we have our contest. We're now promoting our contest to a very specific target audience. And then from there, when people click on our actual ad and on our post, it's going to take them into our Manychat flow, which I'm going to cover in a lot more detail here in a second. So we'll cover more of that. In the Manychat flow, we are then going to collect the subscriber's email, which is extremely easy to do. And it's actually, in my opinion, even easier than using a landing page. And I have found that so instead of sending Facebook ads to your Manychat flow and this specific Manychat flow versus sending them to a landing page will actually have lower cost per acquisition. Basically, what I found so far is that I'm spending less to acquire a subscriber through Manychat than using a landing page. And again, like I said before, Manychat is actually cheaper than most landing page softwares. So you can actually save money by doing this and get better results. That's the whole kind of point of making this video. There's a lot of great things and we'll cover more of that. But in Manychat, like I said, collect the email. And then once you've collected your subscriber's email, what you can actually do with Manychat is automatically integrate with Mailchimp or Klaviyo or another email marketing sequence and kind of send them into an automated sequence, or however it kind of works for you. What you'll ultimately do is whatever email software you're using, whether it's Mailchimp, Klaviyo, or even Manychat, you can actually use Manychat to send emails as well. And regardless of what software that you're using, is you'll be sending out kind of valuable content or different content about the promotion kind of every day or every few days, to your kind of existing subscriber pool up until launch day on Amazon. Okay, so you're sending out valuable content every day or every few days up until the day of launch. And once you're ready to kind of launch your product on Amazon, what you're going to do is you're going to announce the winner on email, on your Facebook page, and on your Instagram and other social channels if that's relevant to you, and say, hey, congratulations to, let's say, Jennifer Lawrence for winning the grand prize. And if you didn't win, don't worry, you can still get 10 to 20% off and just choose whatever code. So let's say 15% off today only, or within the next 48 hours, and then have a link to your Amazon listing you could use a 2-step URL or a ranking URL like pixelfindme.com or .net, but Pixelfindme, Helium 10 Gems, Seller Tools, Jenny. There's all these different options, but basically, it just says here's the winner. If you didn't win, that's fine. Here's a 15% off coupon code that you can use on Amazon today, and then here's the link. And then with the link, that link can kind of help give you some ranking juice, and that's what's going to kind of help drive traffic and ultimately help you launch your product on Amazon. And guess what? You can still use this email list during product launch and reuse and still nurture and keep adding value to this list and keeping in touch with them every month and generate more revenue every single month from that exact same list that you built So you can, generate more profit every month, helps you launch your Amazon product, and having this email list can actually help you increase the overall value of your private label business to potential investors. Again, so that's down the road, and I know that's a lot. But yeah, this is just kind of the overview, and hope you found this helpful so far. Like I said, not covering a ton on the Facebook ad side of things, as well as the email nurturing side of things. We're going to specifically focus on building the email list using Manychat. So we're going to deep dive into Manychat now, but if you'd like to see kind of more in-depth videos on kind of the Facebook ad setup, on the email sequence, let me know in the comments. And if there's enough demand, I'd be more than happy to create a video on that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Manychat flow, which is linked in the description and pinned comment below. We're here in Manychat, and if you don't already have Manychat, I have an affiliate link in the description section of this video that I think has something like a 7-day free trial for Pro. You can check that out if you're interested. But just make sure, of course, you have to have a Manychat account first before you're able to view the Manychat flow. So get the Manychat account, download the flow, and once you do that, you can find the flow after you've downloaded under the automation tab on the left-hand side, and then click on flows. And then once you're in flows, go ahead and click on the specific flow. Right now the name is giveaway contest flow, so you can find it that way. And then once we're here, we're just gonna kind of quickly go through, and I'm gonna show you a couple tips and important points about the flow, but try to be as efficient as possible. So I'll just zoom in here, so it's very apparent on the screen. All right, first we need to begin with a starting step. So in this case, we are connecting our flow to a Facebook ad using the Facebook ads JSON tool. So basically what this signifies is someone clicks on our ad. Okay, so they come in from Facebook ad, and then they get this message here. This is our first message after they click on the Facebook ad, which is, and let's just say we're selling a neck massager. This is our prize. Hi, would you like to enter our neck massager giveaway? Either yes or more info. If they don't want to enter, they just won't enter. They won't click anything, so it doesn't matter. However, this is very important to include a more information button. Just in general, just kind of check if there's messages that apply. It's very important to have because a large percentage of your kind of visitors, before they become subscribers, will want more information. And if they don't have the info, then they may be a little bit hesitant and just exit out of the entire sequence. So very important to have. And if we just look down here, I know it's kind of far. For all those who click more info, we say something like, in order to promote Sumner brand, we are giving away, X prizes. Winners will be announced by email on our Facebook page on this date. All you have to do is provide your email so we can keep in contact you with contest details. That's it. Enter your email for an easy opportunity to get X prize, something like that. Okay, so pretty much the same thing. And if they don't want to give it, then they won't. But this is if they want more info, and it's going to do pretty much lead them to the exact same place if someone says yes. So let's just say, all right, yes, I'm interested. Obviously, I clicked on the ad. Of course, I'm interested. Great. Next message they get, simply enter your best email below and you'll be all set. Okay, P.S. We will be giving contest updates and announcing winners via email. So then the subscriber or the visitor can then enter their email and you can capture the email that way. So really simple, really quick right off the bat. And once you do so, we're going to go ahead and tag them. So we add a tag that we know that they are a contest email subscriber. Okay. And I know this next part looks a little bit tricky, but it's really simple. So people, the subscribers enter in their email. Great. Next step, just follow this gray thing here. Next step, we're going to follow the gray. Still following the gray. Just follow the gray. Ignore everything else. I don't know why it's so messy. And it'll take it to condition number 4, which is it's a condition to make sure that before anyone can continue on with the flow, they have to meet this criteria, which is before someone can continue on in the flow, they have to have the tag of contest email subscriber. So if they gave their email, they have the tag contest email subscriber. So we're basically only allowing, only if people have given their email can they continue. If they don't give their email, then we don't want to give them any more messages because we don't want to spam them. So we kind of leave them as is and hope that they, it might take them maybe a day or two if they get busy to kind of go back in there. Okay. So once someone gives their email, we're going to send them a message that says, great, just to confirm, is this your best email? Then we include kind of their email right there. It's an automatic function within Manychat, really kind of cool. And then they can either say, yes, that's correct and move on, or let me change it and it goes back and then they kind of re-enter their email in the exact same step before, okay? So that's when people give their email. Hey, just to confirm this is your email. If people don't give their email, that's what this other mess was. And you can get rid of this if you would like. You can edit this flow as much as you want to suit your needs. But let's say we send them the message and they don't respond, then what we want to do is send them another message in less than 24 hours. You can't send promotional messages outside of the 24-hour window. So I like to keep it at 23 to keep it kind of within that 24-hour period without being too spammy and sending it kind of right away. So if someone doesn't respond, as we can see here, then we wait 23 hours, okay? And assuming that within that 23-hour period, they haven't given their email, so their tag, they must not have the tag contest email subscriber, because if they have the tag, that means that they're an email subscriber. We only want to follow up with people in this specific section for people who haven't given their email. So basically, we're just making sure, okay, within 23 hours, everyone who hasn't given us their email, we are going to send this message, which is, hey, Sumner, it looks like your email didn't go through. To enter the contest, enter your best email here, right? Really simple. And this is just kind of a net that we can use to kind of capture so people get distracted or other kind of weird things happen with the internet or anything else. Just trying to recapture them. But we're only going to kind of follow up once. We're not going to pester them. We're just going to kind of do this once. And if they still don't give their email the first time that we send the message or with the second message, we're going to stop contacting with them because obviously they're not interested and we don't want them reporting our page to Facebook, which, by the way, if you, and this flow obviously doesn't do this, but if you do any form of spamming people with your Manychat flows, people can actually report your messages to Facebook and actually get definitely your Facebook Messenger shut down temporarily or even permanently, and potentially get your Facebook page shut down. So you want to be very careful about that. Don't pester people, okay? And this flow should not do that, but if you're worried, you can change it however you like. But I use this flow myself, and it's worked well thus far. So ultimately, everyone who gives us their email will get to this message, whether the first time or the second. Just confirm this is your email. Correct. Great. Thank you. Last step, we will be notifying the winner via email. So we want to make sure it's okay with you to send updates relating to this promotion. So if you want to obviously send more emails kind of just relating to this promotion, you need to get their consent. And if you want to send kind of more broad emails to them, you need to get their consent for more broad emails. So you just need to ask them if it's okay for their permission to send X type of emails. And they are either going to say yes or no. Obviously, in this case, right, we're going to send emails relating specifically to the promotion in this case. So if they say no, I'm not okay with sending content about this promotion, then what we're going to do is unsubscribe them. So we're going to scroll down. If they say no, all right, Sumner, you've been successfully unsubscribed. To re-enter the contest, go here. And they can re-enter the contest this way if they want, or they can just unsubscribe. If they're worried about getting spammy emails, then they're not going to get any spammy emails, okay? So that's if people say no, very important to do. And then if they say yes or of course, and I like to use the word of course because it's like, well, why wouldn't I? Then we send them to this action number 3. And then here we're going to set their email opt-in. So they basically said yes, and they've opted into email. So that's number 1. Then number 2 within this action is we are going to set a custom field, okay? So when you download this flow, this custom field should be automatically added to your Manychat account. If it's not, okay, what you want to do, and it sounds really complicated, you're like, what's a custom field? How does this work? It's really simple, okay? So what you want to do, if you don't already see this, is go to your settings tab in Manychat. Once you're in settings, click on the custom field tab. Under custom fields, you can either choose between user fields or bot fields. You'll choose user fields. And then you're going to add a new user field, and specifically you're going to add a new number user field. Okay, so it's just those steps, really, really simple to do. And then you'll enter that in here. So in this case, I've created a custom field, and the name of the custom field is contest entries. Okay, and it's a number custom field, and basically this custom field here, all it does, to keep it simple, is this is going to help me track the number of entries that each subscriber has within my contest, and you'll see why that makes sense here in a second. But all this does, it's a counter. It's a little guy in your Manychat flow that's counting and keeping a tally of how many entries each subscriber has. That's all it is. So you have the email opt-in. You've now set the contest entries to 1 for this individual because now that they've subscribed and they've given you their consent, they're officially enrolled in the email or in the contest, and now they get 1 entry to win the prize, okay? So that's action number 1. Action number 2, right here, is we are going to store all of this data in Google Sheets, okay? That's what I'd recommend doing. I'd highly recommend doing, just to make sure you have a backup of all your data, and just so you are actually extracting and tracking all of your data. And what you'll do is you can make a copy of this template that I've made right here. So I've also included a link to this both in the Manychat flow. You can find the link. Let me just go back. You can find the link right here. And then also you can find a link to this Google Sheet in the description section and the pinned comment. That's where you can find, the answers to all of life's questions pretty much. And very, very simple. You're going to have one column that's user ID. Next is going to be first name. Next column is last name, email, and the number of entries. Okay. This is going to keep track of everything. And alternatively, what you can do is if you are using Mailchimp, you can have a Mailchimp integration here as well. This is where you would include your Mailchimp integration. If you have a Klaviyo integration and you already that's where you keep all of your subscriber information. I would have both have a Google Sheet and then also import your data into either Klaviyo, Mailchimp, or any other kind of email marketing software. But this way, just in case there's any glitches, you have the data stored in both places and kind of have that easy to access record. So, or you can just kind of keep it in Google Sheets for now and just kind of have all that data there. So what we'll do, and I'll just kind of show you how it works, is using that Google Sheet. Go ahead and click on this. What you're going to do is select, so for actions, you're going to select a Google Sheet action, right, which should already be pre-selected. Once you're there, you're going to click on the Google Sheet action like I just did. Sorry, it's just taking a little bit to load. And then what you're going to do is for the action type, you're going to select insert row. Okay, insert row, because we're going to add data and insert data to Google. You're going to select the spreadsheet, which should look something like this. You're going to select the worksheet, and there's only one sheet, so it's sheet number 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to connect all the data pieces together, which is really simple. So here, you're going to type in user ID. So, if I just started typing in user and then ID, boom, there we go. User ID, user ID. First name, right? Let's do first name. There it is. It pops up. Go ahead and select that and so on. All of that, right? For contest entries, so contest entries, this is going to be custom field. And remember, contest entries is a number. So this is a text custom field. It's not really relevant to you. It's just in case you get confused. This is a number. So we're going to do number of contest entries. So there we go. Boom. There we go. We're all good to go. And I'll go ahead and hit save. Oops, there we go. Hit save. And boom, we're good to go. So now our Google Sheet is connected. We're going to start storing data in Google Sheets. And just to let you know, you will need Manychat Pro. Manychat has a free version that you can use, but you do need Manychat Pro in order to utilize the Google Sheet functionality. So just kind of letting you know that in case you run into any issues, that could be the issue. And again, you can get the Google Sheet right here in this link. All right, so now we've kind of set their email opt-in, we've set the custom field to 1, and we've added the data to Google Sheets. So once that but this is all done on the back end, they don't see any of this. So we see this, but they don't. All they see is they give their email. Hey, this is the right email, correct? Yep, this is my best email. Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure it's okay to send emails. They're like, okay, yep, definitely. You have my opt-in. We're good to go. Great. They get this message that says, congrats, you're officially enrolled. And then what we're going to do, and this is the kind of one of the points I wanted to make. Would you like an easy way to gain 5 additional entries into our giveaways? Either, yes or no. Okay. Most people are going to say yes. They're like, wait, what? So basically everyone who's already given their email already has 1 entry to win your grand prize. Now we're going to give them 5 additional ways. So a ton more options to win the grand prize. And a bunch of people, a lot of people are going to be like, oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely curious. So for everyone that says no thanks, we say, okay, no worries. If you're ever interested, then click here. And then it kind of brings them back in. You can look at that for yourself, but really straightforward. Most people will say sure, at least to learn more. Everyone that says yes, I'm interested, we're going to say awesome. Simply share this promotion on Facebook by clicking the button below to gain 5 additional entries into the contest. And then you can say something like, we check to see who shares our post every 48 hours. Or like every week or something like that, just to show them and to kind of indicate to them that, hey, we're going to be manually checking this. So make sure that you don't just, click this button and that's it. And then what they're going to do, which is really cool, is they're going to click on this button. And when they click on this specific button, it is going to take them to basically a shareable Facebook post link. And they can just basically click, once they click here, then they just click another button. And then they can share the promotion and basically that post that you made on your Facebook page all the way back when. They can share that exact same post with their Facebook friends. And this is how you're going to automatically increase the virality of your promotion. And just every subscriber is going to reach out to all their friends and family members. Some of those friends and family members are going to come in, get to the section. They're going to share with their friends and family members and so on. And this is going to give you this organic virality element. And by the way, you can use this in any Manychat flow where it makes sense, where you're running some sort of contest. Really, really powerful. And how it works. And by the way, also want to note, I got this specific idea from Kelly Miranobella of Baby Got Bot. If you don't already know her, she's an amazing chat bot marketing expert. She has a whole Facebook group. I'll have a link to her Facebook group as well. And you already know where it is, description section below. And how it works, and I love Kelly's idea on this, is we're going to have, and how it works is we're going to have this link right here, okay, which is just https://www.facebook.com/sharer.php ? U equals, and then your link here, okay? So basically, you're just right here under your link here, you're going to include the link to your Facebook post, and you're just going to take this exact, everything I have here already, just delete this, okay? Hit delete, and then just put in your Facebook post URL, and then boom, right there, it'll be good to go, and people can very, very easily share your Facebook post with their friends and family members and get that virality element, okay? And then we'll exit out. So great. And the reason that we have 5 additional entries instead of 1 is we want to really blow people away with like, oh my gosh, just by sharing this, I can get 5x, or I guess maybe, I don't know, 6x my chances of winning. That's amazing. Definitely going to do it. So very, very easy thing for them to do. And guess what? It costs us nothing. So it costs us $0 for our content to go viral. That's why we're doing it. If you only gave them like 1 or 2 additional entries, it's not really that much incentive for them to do it. But 5 is kind of like crazy, and we'll let them and kind of increase the likelihood that they'll actually share. And then what we'll do is everyone that clicks on this button, we'll tag them as shared promo Facebook post. The reality is some people are going to click this and they're not going to share. Other people are going to click the button and they will share. But either way, the whole point of this is to get more virality. You can manually check or do things if you want. I really don't care. As long as a decent number of people are actually sharing my post, which they will, I don't really worry about it. I still kind of give the points. It's just my personal strategy, just to keep it simple. And what we'll do is once we send this message, we're going to wait 30 seconds because we want to give them some time to share the post. And then after 30 seconds, if they have the tag shared promo Facebook post, meaning within 30 seconds, if they shared the Facebook post, then we're going to increase their contest entries by 5, which, by the way, we can always reduce later on our own if we ever want to. It just automatically does this now, so you don't have to manually do it, but you can manually adjust this later. So we increase contest entries by 5, and then we want to make sure that this is reflected in the Google Sheet, because Google Sheet is keeping track of all of our data. So what we'll do is then we'll update our existing Google Sheet, which is really simple to do. So you're going to click on click on Update Row, click on Update Row again once you're in the Google Sheet action. And remember before we were adding a row, now we're going to update a row. That's the action we're going to select. So Update Row, choose your spreadsheet, choose the worksheet like before. It's going to be the same. And then for your lookup column, select user ID like I have here. For your lookup value, also select user ID because those two need to match. And basically, it's just the user ID is kind of like the Facebook social security number. It's a unique identifier for each subscriber. So this is how we're going to, make sure that we're keeping track of each individual person. So, and then what we'll do here is you can just kind of do everything the same, user ID to user ID, first name and all that. You can do all of this, but really what's most important, and it's really the only thing that you would have to do is make sure that you have your contest entries here and update the number of entries. So you'll just make sure that just make sure that this is filled in. You don't have to fill in any of these. Yeah, I don't even have to fill in any of these and just kind of leave them unfilled. But I just personally like to do that. So yeah, leave them all filled, but just make sure that this one's filled, contest entries, because they now have more entries, so we want to update with their new entries. Okay, that's all we're doing. I've already done it, hit save. In this case, I'll just hit cancel because my head's covering it. All right. So now we've updated the data just to keep track of everything. Great. So now people given we have people's name and their email. People are now sharing our content. And guess what? After they share our content, thank you. You've now gained 5 additional entries. We'll be announcing the winner on our Facebook page. So be sure to like and follow so you don't miss out. right? Just to make sure that you get the notification in case you win. We're going to be announcing by email, but we're also going to announce on our Facebook page. So make sure you follow us on Facebook. So boom, then you're going to have a link in this button. You're going to have a link to your Facebook page. So now you're also going to get more Facebook page likes and Facebook engagement. And guess what? That engagement going back to your Facebook page is going to actually potentially improve your Facebook advertising costs. Okay. It's also known as kind of like priming the page. If you've ever heard of that before, this is kind of a way of doing that. All right. So really, really powerful. And we're not done yet. Just one last thing. And that's why this is so powerful. So now people, giving you their name, their email, they like your Facebook page, they're sharing your content. Well, guess what? After we send this last message, we're going to wait 23 hours. Again, we need to send it within 24 hours. So that's why I chose 23. You cannot send after 24. So within 24 hours, we're going to send them this last message here, which is, "Hi, Sumner. You're already enrolled to win a free neck massager, but as an additional bonus, if you purchase the Sumner brand neck massager right now, we'll give you 20% off your entire purchase. Simply use the following code at checkout, and then you can also add this little text here. By the way, if you do purchase and end up winning the contest, we'll refund your entire purchase. This is our biggest offer ever, and it won't last long. So it's up to you. You can delete this entire section here if you want, if you don't already have a product to sell on Amazon. But guess what? If you already have a product on Amazon and you're kind of looking to relaunch, or maybe you have complementary products on Amazon, or even better yet, if you have a Shopify site that has other products on your Shopify site, I would definitely send traffic to your Shopify site. So this is just a great way to kind of increase order value, and you're getting the most out of this campaign, out of this contest as humanly possible, within reason. So you can also make money later during launch, but also right now while the contest is running. Again, if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense for your particular objective, you can just delete this whole message, or all you can do is just go here to this little line between follow on Facebook and then the 23 hours and delete this if you want to exclude this. That's all you have to do. It's really simple. And then here, you have the promo right here, promo 20. And then with the link, you can either have the link go to your Shopify site or WooCommerce or whatever website that you have. Or if you don't have that, you just have Amazon, you can send them to your Amazon listing. Just beware that Amazon recently, especially as of the creation of this video in 2021, has been cracking down on traffic coming from Manychat flows and coming from Facebook because there's been a lot of manipulation. Obviously, you're not manipulating any here, and you're not doing anything out of terms of service with this specific flow. However, like I said, Amazon can flag this. So if you are using sending traffic directly to your Amazon listing, what I might recommend that you do is use a bit.ly link. And I got this idea from Troy Johnson of Seller Tools. I want to make sure I'm citing everyone that I kind of collected some knowledge from. And he recommends using a bit.ly link to kind of help mask your traffic from your Manychat flow or from Facebook so that it doesn't really raise any kind of red flags with Amazon. But completely up to you. And again, things can change in the future. Just a couple thoughts here. And then again, basically once this is done, on the Manychat flow side of things, it's kind of done here. But keep in mind, now you have their emails. This, as you get emails coming in, the Manychat flow may stop, but your email sequence and your email broadcasts are going to keep going up until launch day. And remember, on launch day, hey, congratulations to Jennifer Lawrence. She's the winner. But if you didn't win, here is 20% off code, 15% off code, for our product. And here's the link. Go buy it. Send a bunch of traffic and all that good stuff. So as you can hopefully see, very, very, very powerful. And in the the small experimenting I've done so far with this flow, it's shown very promising results. And I hope the exact same for you. If you would like all 5 of my other powerful Manychat flows specifically for Amazon sellers, be sure to check out my very affordable Manychat course on Udemy and Skillshare. You can get all my flows for basically included in the course with in-depth tutorials just like this and many, many more coming soon here in 2021. So if you want to learn more and even scale Manychat to the max for your Amazon business, link to that, of course, will be in the description section and the pinned comment below. And if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to join our AMZ Escape Plan Facebook group. Link to that will also be in the description section. And that's a really great place that I can respond with images and a little bit more in-depth kind of responses to questions that I can't really do here on YouTube. And lastly, if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos and step-by-step tutorials, case studies, and other actually helpful videos, then be sure to subscribe to the channel because we have a lot more coming soon here in the very near future. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this extremely valuable and look forward to seeing you in future videos.